Hello students, welcome to geometry class. We are learning parallel lines. In the previous session, we have learned the different properties of parallel lines and the theorem based on those properties. So let's take a quick revision of previous session. We have learned the corresponding angles theorem, which states that the corresponding angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measures. That means if line L and line M is given to you and line L is the transversal, then angle A and angle B, these two angles are the corresponding angles from here. If line L and line M are parallel to each other, then angle A and angle B should be of equal measure. That is the corresponding angles theorem. Now let's understand the corresponding angles test. If a pair of corresponding angles formed by a transversal of two lines is congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Now this is also called as the converse of corresponding angles theorem. Now here line L and line M is given to you. Line L is the transversal. Then we can see that if angle A is equal to angle B, then the given two lines are parallel to each other. So this is called as the converse of corresponding angles theorem or corresponding angles test. Now today we are going to learn the alternate angles theorem. Now we know that there are two types of alternate angles: alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles. Now let's quickly find out what are interior angles and what are exterior angles. Now here angle C and angle E, these two angles are called as alternate interior angles. Why they are called as alternate interior angles? Because the angles which are present within the line, within the two lines are called as interior angles, and the angles should be on the either side of the transversal to call them as a alternate interior angles. So if you observe this figure here, alternate interior angles also form a Z-like structure. So that way you can find out alternate angles very easily. So here angle C and angle E is the pair of alternate interior angle. Also one more pair is there, that is angle B and angle H. So these are the two pairs of alternate interior angles. Now let's find out pair of alternate exterior angles. Now what are exterior angles? The angles which are present in the exterior part of the two lines. Now here again angle line L and line M is given to you and line N is there transversal. Now again 8 angles are formed here. Now angle D, angle A, angle G and angle F, these angles are called as exterior angles because they are on the exterior part of these two angles. Now what are alternate exterior angles? The angles which are on either side of the transversal. That means angle D and angle F. This is the one pair of alternate exterior angle, and angle A and angle G, this is the other pair of alternate exterior angles. I hope you have understood this. Now let's see what are the pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Now to make you understand or to give you idea about the difference between the alternate interior angles and the interior angles on the same side of transversal, I have added this slide here. So here angle B and angle E is also an interior angle, but these angles are on the same side of the transversal, so it is not called as a alternate interior angles. Similarly, angle C and angle H, is also an interior angle on the same side of the transversal. So to call it as alternate interior angle, the angle should have on the either side or the opposite side of the transversal. Now let's understand the alternate angles theorem, which states that the alternate angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measures. Now here what is given to you? Line L is parallel to line M and line N is a transversal, and what you have to prove is angle D and is equal to angle B. Now here angle D and angle B, this is a pair of alternate interior angle. So here if what is given to you, if line L is parallel to line M and line N is their transversal, then whatever alternate interior angles are formed here, that will be equal. So let's start with the proof. Angle D and angle C, these two angles, angle D and angle C, these two angles are in the linear pair. So we can write here angle D plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Write this equation as equation 1, and reason you will write as angles in linear pair. Now because of property of interior angles of parallel line, we can write angle C plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Write this equation as equation 2. Now what is the property of interior angles of parallel lines? If the two lines are parallel to each other, then the interior angles formed because of these two parallel lines and their transversal will be supplementary. So that is called as property of interior angles of parallel lines. Now from equation 1 and 2, we can write angle D plus angle C is equal to angle C plus angle B, because both are 180 degree. Therefore, now angle C and angle C are common here, we can cancel them. So what are the remaining part? Angle D is equal to angle B. Hence we have proved the alternate angles theorem. Now let's understand the alternate angles test. I told you tests are nothing but the converse of the theorems. So it is called as converse of alternate angles theorem, which states that if a pair of alternate angles formed by a transversal of two lines is congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Now in alternate angles theorem, the two lines are already given parallel and you have to show that the alternate angles are congruent. Now here the alternate angles are given as a congruent angles and you have to show that line L is parallel to line M. So let's start writing it. Let's start with the given part. Line N is the transversal of line L and line M. Angle A and angle B is a congruent pair of alternate angles. That means angle A is equal to angle B. What you have to prove is line L is parallel to line M. Now let's start with the proof. Angle A plus angle C. Now again, if you observe here, angle C and angle A, these two angles are in the linear pair. So we can write here angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Write the reason as angles in linear pair. Now angle A is equal to angle B. It is given to you. So we can write here angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. What we have done here? We have substituted angle A as angle B. So the equation 1 becomes angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. But if you observe this figure, angle B and angle C, these two angles are interior angles. So we can write here Angle B and angle C are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So they must be supplementary. That means we can say that line L and line M are parallel to each other by interior angles test. I hope you all have understood this. We have proved the interior alternate angles test. This property is called as alternate angles test of parallel lines. Now let's try to solve some problems based on the theorems we have learned so far from practice set 2.2. Read this question. In the figure, ray AE is parallel to ray BD. Ray AF is the bisector of angle EAB and ray BC is the bisector of angle ABD, and we have to prove that line AF is parallel to line BC. Now let's start with the given part. Ray AE is parallel to ray BD and ray AF and BC are the bisector of angle EAB and angle ABD respectively. Now what is the meaning of bisector? Bisectors means they divide the angle into equal parts. So this ray AF divide this angle EAB into equal parts and ray BC divide angle ABD into equal parts. Now what you have to prove is line AF is parallel to line BC. Now let's start with the proof. Now if you consider ray AE, now it is given that ray AE is parallel to ray BD and AB is their transversal. Then angle EAB and angle ABD, these two angles form here, and these two angles are nothing but alternate interior angles. So we can write here angle EAB is equal to angle ABD. Reason you will write as alternate interior angles. Now you have to multiply these on the both side by 1/2. So here you will write half of angle EAB is equal to half of angle ABD. Now we have seen that ray AF divide this angle into two parts. That means angle AEAF and angle FAB. These two angles are equal. Similarly, angle ABC and angle DBC. These two angles are also equal. So we can write here angle FAB is equal to angle ABC. Reason you will write as ray AF and ray BC are the bisectors of angle EAB and angle ABD respectively. Now but angle FAB and angle ABC are the, now this angle and this angle, these two angles are alternate. If you consider line AF and line BC as the parallel lines and AB as the transversal, then this angle and this angles are the alternate interior angles on line AF and BC when segment AB is the transversal. So if the alternate angles are congruent, we can write that the two lines are parallel. Therefore, we can write here ray AF is parallel to ray BC by alternate angles test. So hence we have proved the proved that ray AF is parallel to ray BC. Now let's see one more example. A transversal EF of line AB and line CD intersects the line at point P and Q respectively. Ray PR and ray QS are parallel and bisectors of angle BPQ and angle PQC respectively. We have to prove that line AB is parallel to line CD. Now observe this figure carefully and start writing the given part. Ray PR is parallel to QS, and ray PR and QS are the bisectors of angle BPQ and angle PQC respectively. Now ray PR and ray QS, these two rays, what they are doing? They are bisecting angle BPQ and angle PQC respectively. Means they are dividing them into two equal parts. And what you have to prove is line AB is parallel to line CD. Let's start with the proof. First we will write ray PR is parallel to ray QS and segment PQ is their transversal. So this and these two lines are parallel and segment PQ is their transversal. So this segment is their transversal. Then we can write here angle SQP. Angle SQP, this angle SQP and angle QPR are equal. Why they are equal? Because they are alternate interior angles. Now multiply on both sides by 2. We will get 2 into angle SQP is equal to 2 into angle QPR. Now we have seen that this two rays are bisecting these angles. So we can write here 2 into angle SQP. We can write here angle PQC is equal to angle BPQ. So reason you will write as ray PR and ray SQ are the bisectors of angle BPQ and angle PQC respectively. Now angle BPQC and angle QPB are the alternate interior angles on line AB and line CD when segment PQ is the transversal. So these two angles whatever we have shown are congruent. They are alternate interior angles. So if the alternate interior angles are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. So we can write here line AB is parallel to line CD by alternate angles test. Hence we have proved. Now I hope all of you have understood these two sums. Very simple sums. Now let's move on to the last part of this session, that is assignment. Here I have given you one question. Let's read it. In the given figure, line L is parallel to line M and line N is their transversal. If angle A is equal to 70 degree, then find the measure of angle X, angle Y and angle Z. Now in the figure I have given you the measure of one angle and the remaining angles you have to find out. So using the relation between the two angles, you will find the measure of angle X, angle Y and angle Z. Reasons also you have to write for the each statement. I hope you all have understood this session. Now let's stop here. We will meet in the next session. Thanks for watching this video.